In 2021, manufacturers are asking us to embrace disc brakes and electronic grip sets. And on the flip side of that, they're also asking us to embrace heavier bikes. And if you actually watch a channel called GC Performance, the guy on that channel actually has a bike shop. And one good thing he really does when he gets all the new bikes in, he weighs them. So we can actually see the weight of these new models that are coming out. And he normally has them without bottle cages and without pedals. And many of them are getting around about 8.5 kilos. Sometimes they can get down to around about 7.5 kilos or even 7.2 without pedals and bottle cages. Now, is this something that we're going to have to live with? You know, is bikes that are heavier and we can't get them down to the weights that we're used to getting, which is sub UCI weights? Well, anyway, one company called Burke Composites are actually offering such a bike. And this bike actually comes in at under 4 kilos. So let's roll that intro and let's actually have a look at this bike and seeing how they've got the weight so low. Now, Burke Composites is a Slovenian company that specialises in really bicycle accessories mostly that are very, very lightweight. And what they've been offering is shoes, frames and seat posts in the past. So they're quite a small company, but now they've actually gone into frames and they actually built up a bike, and this bike came in at just under 4 kilos. Admittedly, they used some really ultralight components like carbon fibre chain rings, THM brakes and so forth to get that weight really low. Now, they actually put on a mechanical SRAM 22 group set and used tubular tyres with TUFO tyres on those rims. So you've got a bike that weighs under 4 kilos. Now, we might go, yeah, this is nothing new, and it isn't. But in 2021, this is incredible. This is actually almost half of the weight at some of these new bikes that are coming out, which are still pretty upmarket bikes. And even if you get something like the SRAM Rival, which is a very heavy group set at 3.2 kilos, you can add that onto your 4 kilos, and guess what? You're at the weight or under of some of these other bikes that are claiming to be lightweight disc brake bikes. So it actually makes a bit of a mockery of what lightweight actually means, because you can actually put a whole group set on this Burke Composite bike and it's still as light as these claimed lightweight disc brake bikes. So this actually shows the absurdity of what they're actually marketing to us and how heavy the components have got. You know, people now are accepting bikes that are 8.5 kilos, whilst a bike like that, you know, that costs between 15 and 20,000, for example, the Cervelo S5, which weighs in at 8.35 kilos, would have been absurd, you know, 5 to 10 years ago, whilst today we accept that as a normal weight for bikes. Now, this is where I say that this sort of technology, this old-fashioned technology like rim brakes and tubular tyres, is not dead. Now, I know they're trying to push it off the market and they're trying to actually limit the manufacturing of a lot of these components. And as we've seen, you know, a lot of brands now don't even want to offer mechanical fitments for mechanical group sets. They don't want to offer rim brake bikes. And also they're pushing us into these integrated type handlebars as well, which actually limit the ability of a person to fit themselves to the bike. And I think this is actually almost discriminatory, because some people, you know, are not built, people aren't built the same, and they're quite different. And if you can't customize that fit, especially in the handlebars, then, you know, that's pretty poor, because I can't imagine these manufacturers offering all of these different size frames, all of these different size handlebars to accommodate all these different size people. And I would really like to test out these manufacturers. Like, if you go to them and say, hey, look, I want to buy X bike and I want to have these customized pieces on it, right? Like, so it fits me basically, and I'm spending, say, you know, over $10,000 US, then will they actually really come to the party? Or are they going to say, no, that's the bike, that's the handlebars that come with the size, and pretty much that's the bike. That's the bike for the price, because it's not a custom bike, it's a commercial product, and that's what you're paying. Now, On the flip side of that, you've got a company, a very small company called Burke Composites, and they can make you a bike that will fit you, and it actually weighs, it weighs less than a Cervelo S5 that's 8.35 kilos, that's a $17,000 Australian bike. I mean, I'm not saying that this Burke Composite's going to be cheap, but I bet you it's not much more expensive than that if it actually is. So it's interesting times in 2021 of really what is a high performance road racing bikes. Well, guys, you tell me what you would like on a bicycle. Are you really like loving these disc brakes and these integrated handlebars and these electronic group sets so much that you were willing to add kilos to your bike to actually have those components? So leave your comments down below, guys, because I'm actually quite interested. I might actually even run a survey on the community post to see what you think, because I can't actually really believe that, you know, people who've had a few bikes in the past, I mean, I can understand someone new coming to the industry, you know, because they don't know any better, but people have had bikes for some time. Really, you know, is this what we're wanting? You know, is we really wanting to have the ability to have a more nicer feel braking system that's hydraulically assisted, gears that change, you know, with the press of a button rather than to have to actually pull a cable, and we're willing to compromise that by adding weight to the bicycle. Well, that's my video today, and thanks for watching, guys. Cheers.